Thank everybody for paying attention to the posts more and more wrap-up. I was saying as well, I want to thank everybody here, not here, online for a wonderful weekend at Detour. I think everybody should.
Basically, people start yelling, just that stuff.
Yeah, just turn it down.
Probably reached the 142 people.
Anything I would remember, every day is the power of 6.
Yes, I was about to say that.
What is the power of 2?
So, this is a consecutive year of growth, annual growth of around 1,000. So I think that's pretty significant. Yeah. I wanted to call it out and change so you know that James himself isn't here.
Oh, here's a fun fact about a redhead James. He just got engaged.
Yes.
Well, and congratulations. So, I mean, more sort of a notation to things are, I promise you, possible, even though they seem daunting and challenging. Last year, we were both morning and one of those, we did the $5 wait times that we experienced. We've been that was not that big of a deal. It was okay. That was fine. That was not lying on. That was okay. We didn't change much. Couldn't change much. That we shouldn't change much. That we didn't possibly change anything. Whether it be printing our badges, etc. I and a few others didn't have. So we changed it. And it was challenging, but we did it. And people were wrong. We could change it. We did change it. And we never had a week coming up and that was almost exclusively for the cash lines.
Yeah, we literally decreased our wait times by 80% this year.
Yes, it was very, at a time at the onset, a little spooky because there was times I would walk by registration and there was no one in line. And I was like, there's no one coming? What is happening? But yeah, so it wasn't meant to frustrate the people who didn't think we needed to change anything. It was more that we were confident that, at least in that instance, that we knew that a $5 wait was not something we could continue to roll with, and that we had to look at changing things. And along those lines, another huge shout out to Marguerite and Stephen. A lot of that was put onto them from the onset of trying to look at how to make, at the time, the existing system work, hybrid system work, the eventual transition to eventing work. So that one of that IT-related success was entirely on their back. So thank you to them. So as far as postmortem, if anybody hasn't kind of gone through this with us before, we usually do direct it to groups. A list of the departments. We usually don't go through them in alphabetical order. If we don't, if the group doesn't get through them all, then everybody kind of gets to roughly the same point. And then we don't have much feedback on them. So if you are managing a group, talk about please try to keep your feedback constructive, as much as possible. We did obviously a overwhelming amount of good things, but there's always a few things that we can improve on and take initiatives on, or just start something new or exciting, and give that feedback on. Be fairly open to feedback as well, and try not to go too deep into how we can fix the problems today. I mean, offer a few suggestions, but we won't be able to fix all of the things for the convention for this cycle for all departments today. So I'll try to get the thoughts and ideas. And so if you are
Congratulations, James.
Let's see. I think I only go to hand back up and keep it good. It'll be that. No, over nice activity.
Finals.
Mr. N.
Yes. Let's do one of them.
Name is just the chairman.
Oh.
Have been.
Try to get feedback from attendees too.
Not. Yes. Yeah, so we have the feedback for the summer camp. So the timeline is a little different this year. Yeah. Isn't there connectivity? Isn't there connectivity actually between when we have the postmortem and But doesn't the election for ATC still have to take place within a certain time frame from the date of the?
Well, I think it's within 60.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have to, so essentially and so that's been a change in the last couple of years, so we have to have our post-mortem meeting to start that clock before ATC to then be able to hold those elections. So previously we were able to kind of take quite a long time to gather the external feedback and then our feedback. It's kind of shifted now to where we're kind of able to gather our feedback and then the external feedback, and then what will happen is then the executives will have our post-mortem and polling all the feedback. So then your vice chair has your one-to-one projection review, whatever, with you, and you're going to have all of that to go over all that different type of feedback with you, and then go over your feedback. You can give your feedback, well, like what do you favorite plans for the cycle? What are the things that you want to do? What things didn't work for you? How can we better support you? Staffing needs, room needs, and just kind of gives the largest picture of what we need for the cycle going forward.
Just because it's more relaxed for people, there were a lot of complaints that people were like, oh, it's too far out, we don't remember the feedback, and this is just supposed to be feedback, so like,
Yeah.
we still separated the board, but it doesn't actually start the clock. It just
Oh. But if we were, if we were to put this one, wouldn't it push out? Okay.
The post one is the cutoff so technically we are not, we are in this like weird long recording.
So actually you be handling or somebody handling the monitoring of the folks online for people?
I guess I'm
Well, we'll probably do,
Yeah, we'll have our own breakout groups.
Yeah.
But Ashley's just gonna handle the online version.
and we're going to not have you do that. And then we take 3 or 4 weeks. That might be best to discuss it around time. So, let's see.
Jeff Vice Chair, of course.
John here, so I will let us, John, like, however you want to take notes, this was just a reminder. Obviously, there's not enough. No, I'm saying like if they wanted, no, definitely, I just didn't know if they wanted to physically write down, I'm just saying that obviously this is not enough space to write down, this was more of a list of, yeah. We're handwriting that we're meeting or actually will come to you and say, Troy, what did you write here? And I will say, no. They said, so okay, so I guess we'll just kind of go like, yeah, before I guess we'll start with Alyssa. Alyssa is not over. And it's between Mark, you know you're oh yeah, it's your course. Sorry, I was gonna tell you number one. You're still number one by the way. Or that's everybody. I think we'll probably just change. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay here. So where do you want your group to meet? You want to just go to this corner? Neutral corners? Okay. And then Matt will take Matt's gonna go on. One and 3 are taken. 9. There you go. Number 2.
You are the shit.
Yeah. I'll take that. I've only been say there was an S in that. Number 2.
What quarter are we supposed to go in? Number 1.
Okay, is the audio any better this way? I don't know if anybody can hear me out there, but hopefully. Okay, so it's a lot clearer. Thank you. All right. There we go. We are bigger brain. All right. Just give me 2 more seconds. I'm sorry, this is taking a little bit to get set up. All right. What we like better? Sorry about the little impromptu thing. We are working with different hardware today. Is why we're having this. So basically, we want to just run through the different departments that we have, and if there's, hey, hun, can you not push on the table? Thank you. And if there's any feedback for those specific departments, I will try to write in chat as well because there is a significant delay on this Wi-Fi. So first department that we would be going through is going to be Artist Alley. So if you have any feedback for Artist Alley or any notes for Artist Alley, we can start with those now, and I'll give that a few minutes. This is a breakout, so like you probably will hear some of the talking. This is all supposed to be open feedback. We're just breaking out into groups, so I've just taken over the online stream, just for those who couldn't come here. So feel free to type any of your feedback in chat. All of this is, if there is confidential issues, like concerns that need to be handled with discretion, then of course email those to the chairman group. Otherwise, just go ahead and put them in the chat. So each group is working through the list. Yes. So if there's no feedback for Artist Alley, I'm giving it a couple minutes because the delay is very significant. You guys are seeing approximately like 35 to 45 seconds behind me. So yes, this is effectively like a breakout. We're taking all of the online streamers or we're taking everybody who's watching online and we're treating you as a breakout. Everybody else in the room is split into their own groups with their own breakout leads. And if there is no feedback for a particular department, go ahead and just comment. I can see approximately how many people are in the chat. So if I see enough people say that they don't have feedback, I can just go ahead and move on to the next department.
We're good. Somebody's like, yeah, we have a minimum statement. You're trying to keep really good responsibility. Running schools. Oh, the district.
I apologize if you see things. I bet with the delay, it probably doesn't also help that there are people hitting the table. So I apologize if there's shaky camera. Um, we can go ahead and move on to cosplay. If there's any feedback for cosplay, that'd be cosplay masquerade. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with like any of the other processes that cosplay would have been part of. Their guests. We had 3 cosplay guests come in. So if there's any feedback for the cosplay.
And you try to keep this down that we have outliers like so like you can still do it. One a couple few extra shoot events for doing the interview. It's a senior. Voltage that I would cover, you don't know what you're gonna be. I was gonna say. I never saw it wrong around there. I saw a little bit in the afternoon as well, but I think it was a young. Okay, that was the minutes.
Okay, so I guess we can start moving on. And if there's something that you're in the middle of typing, just go ahead and send it. Or if you just want to like mark what department it's for, we can do that too. Yeah, the line management. And if you just see me looking off to the side, mumbling to myself, it's just me taking notes. Um, specifically, if anybody was in exhibit hall the year prior and can compare it, did you find it to be more accessible? Or have any feedback on the layout? I know a couple changes they did this year was they mixed the ambassador tables in between vendors rather than shoving all of the ambassador tables in their own lane, just to try and generate more traffic and prevent uh, congestion. And I believe the aisles and everything were made bigger. Okay.
I have one other good actually.
Facilities will include like getting in and out of the rooms, um, coordination of events. Yes. Yeah, we do book out the entire hotel, which is very nice. Um, so facilities is the one that deals with our hotel. They help deal with the layout of the convention, so they assign the rooms that we can use to each department. And they coordinate our scheduling. If that's not something you necessarily were affected by, facilities tends to be more affected by internal departments more than outward facing. So a lot of department heads might deal with facilities. There are some departments that deal with facilities more than others. Um, Is there any feedback for guest relations? So guest relations would have been the ones who handle our contract with guests of honor. They bring in musical talent. Um, they would be the ones who handle that portion in the exhibit hall. So they're the ones who have the layout of like the VAs who do the signatures. Um, Jacqueline, can you clarify the Frankenstuffies? Was that a specific panel? You're good, Tom. I'm just taking notes as I see yours come up. Was that up on the sixth floor? Yeah. Unfortunately, our crafting panels, I think, are all stuck in that room. I'll make a note for accessibility concerns for crafting panels, just to see if there's something that can be looked at up there. Because that is kind of an odd, if it's the room I'm thinking of, it's kind of an odd room, but we're stuck in that one for those types of panels. So I'll just mark that down as a general accessibility concern for the crafting room to be looked at. And did we have any feedback for guest relations? I'm sorry if it seems like I'm going too fast. Just tell me to stop if I do. I'm trying to judge how much of a leg there is. It's very fluctuating right now.
That is all. That is all the stuff that all of these are set. Look at this. I guess
Um, this. Are you talking about the communication regarding the available suite upgrades that were like very last minute? Or or you were saying that they just weren't available from the very beginning? And also, is this the staff rooms that individuals chose to pay for, or is this the staff rooms provided by Detour? Yeah. Mark that one. Oh, none of the free rooms were available to get put up to a suite. The only staff rooms. So the staff block were staff who chose to pay for their own room. So if you wanted your own room, or you didn't meet the minimum requirements, those were paid for by the individual governor. So like I didn't want to share a room. I did not get a free room for the convention. I paid for my room. The free rooms, they had qualifications for them. Those ones did not get upgraded to suites, or in my understanding, should not have been upgraded to suites. It was only for the staff who had elected to pay for their room because they didn't want to follow the restrictions for the free rooms. Either way, that is obviously a communication issue. So I'll make a note of that communication, if it happens again, needs to be much clearer. Perfect. So I have that noted that it needs to be a better communication. Yes. All right, and then we have our IT department. IT would have been the ones who handled our website. We are aware that the website went down shortly before Detour. Jerry, I do not know that answer off the top of my head. I believe it is 4, or I believe it was supposed to be 4, because that is pretty standard for group hotel rooms, and also for the price tag that ATC took on for those rooms. So I believe it's 4. That happened while I was on medical leave, so I'm not quite familiar with what the actual standards were. Okay. Right, I got your note, Jackie.
Is this?
Um, so if there's any feedback for our IT department, they would have been the ones who handle the website. It did go down. That was a issue with a vendor that we had been utilizing. We no longer use that vendor, so I know that's been changed. So the website should be getting more updates. But if there's any feedback for website, our registration system will be changing this next year. But feel free to give any sort of feedback there. Trying to think of what else they would have that was convention facing. If you have any feedback for the event me schedule that was being used and shared out to our attendees, that would also fall under IT's purview. So updating information on staffing and positions is actually going to be under administration. That would have been under me. Unfortunately, I was out for medical reasons for an extended period of time. We are switching over to EventMe, and all of that is more easily able to be updated on the fly and live, and it's all in one system rather than six. So the staffing and positions that will be that's more of an IT thing or more of an administration thing, and that should see improvement this next year. If you're talking about the like department head positions that are listed online on the website, that would be the other thing. But if you're talking about like for just like general volunteers and the applications, that would come through admin. And I do apologize for the my sudden absence for an extended period of time. Okay. Got your note, Sherry. Yeah. So Ton, that's what I was just speaking about. So there was a vendor being used for part of our website, and that vendor had apparently stopped supporting and actively pulled all of their items. So it reverted our website back to an old cached version. Info and links that have you were talking about the department heads info and links that have been updated. Okay. So on the website. As far as like the staffing updates and position, we're going to be getting all of our department heads into EventMe, and the department heads will have a lot more control over their own staff and a lot easier way of managing contacting their own staff. So there should be only good things coming from that. It's just getting the department heads trained on how to use the new system, but then they can approve their own applications. They can handle their own staff list. They'll be able to communicate with all of their staff. That's fine. Ton, unfortunately, I'm not aware of any discussions that happened back then. I can tell you a lot of the website is still tied to our old systems, and some of that has been locked because we can't do that until we switch over to EventName. So it was not anything, even if we would not have been able to switch. That is not how the backend is set up, unfortunately, and that is a pain point for IT for the last couple of years. There's a lot of things that have been stuck there that we have not been able to get out of. Unfortunately, when you are handed 4 servers of hand-coded PHP everything with no documentation. It takes quite a while to unravel and translate all of it. I have IT staff website. I'll make a note of that, Franklin. I do believe Ari is collecting feedback from attendees who used it as well on the feedback survey. And we're going to go back to Eventney and see if we can get something custom made, or see if like there was a license for something that we maybe didn't have, or if we just need to go back to an external, a different vendor rather than Eventney. Program G.